Hello, vicarious mercenaries, proxy ninjas, and pop culture PhDs. Welcome to the Rec Room. Hope all is going well. Yeah, it feels still like a zombie Thursday here, barring even the fact it was a post-holiday weekend, and I'm realizing I completely screwed stuff up over here on Twitch. So bear with me for a second. I got a couple modifications going on here, so I don't know how I messed that up, but I'll see if it gets adjusted, but we'll roll with things as they be. There it goes. Yeah, I still had our Twitch stuff set up for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which we did last night. So yeah, we're finally to a Friday's Eve. I mean, yeah, Friday is still just as welcome on a 4-day week as much as a 5-day week. So we'll continue into that. Hope it's all going well for you out there. And yeah, if you're new to the Rec Room, this is the coolest corner of the internet where you get the rundown on what's going on here with Enforcer Media Productions, whether that be project updates or creative insights. And you also get the breakdown on what makes our favorite franchises tick through commentary or the long running video game deep dives. So you also get a front row seat to watching the progress of building up a franchise from scratch without industry support. So glad to have everybody along for the ride. And I got things a little different tonight. So we had some technical issues last week, and this isn't necessarily the reason why, but I'm starting to reach a point where I want to start shaking things up a bit, and I don't know why or how. I don't really have a plan, but we're just running from 3 platforms tonight. We're on Odysee, Twitch, and YouTube, so feel free to sound off if so inclined. You're welcome to lurk or chat at your convenience. We've had some technical issues with Twitch, and also I want to start lessening a little bit of the pressure on the rig. Things are running pretty hot by the time we get done after a couple hours worth of streaming, so can't go burning stuff out just quite yet. So I don't have a whole lot for numbers. Things are pretty even, so glad to have everybody from each of the platforms. Also, no, that's it, number wise. So yeah, project wise, it's the usual update. It's your daily dose of where is he at in book 2 today. So I finished chapter 43, I think, across today. I think because I only had a couple pages left and started 44, and 44 should be finished tomorrow because that's only about 8 pages long. So that means only about a little over 20 chapters to go. It's about 280 pages ish. I don't quote me on that. I mean, I'll probably have a better memory hopefully on it tomorrow. Definitely covering some other hostile antagonist groups that we haven't seen yet. There's one group now. They're called the Ravagers, but nothing, no connection to anything with Guardians of the Galaxy, anything like that. But they're essentially these very power heavy, kind of like knights. So it's a cross between some medieval stuff. Take a little bit of, say, the Nazgul, or at least their horse armor from Lord of the Rings, and also there's something color and palette style from probably the first phase of the boss in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So got some cool looks, and they got some pretty ghastly weapons, and so they're not going to be as much of a larger role, but it's just there's so much different elements of forces along this end battle. So really enjoying seeing how that's come together, fixing things as I go, just polishing up, and I'm going to have more polishing because I'm kind of I'm going through the process of transcribing. I'm rewriting everything that's done, fixing names, fixing not monetary but measurement systems, all trying to reduce idioms that may or may not fit in, what might be a parallel world with a different culture, different backstory, things like that. So I got to make sure that kind of stuff doesn't get too jarring or continuity breaking. So there's some of that stuff going on. That's pretty much it. Other some possibilities. What's interesting is I'm discovering more local shows coming up into fall time here. So there's one I reached out to find some information on for St. Clair Shores, Michigan, about a couple weeks ago. Finally heard something back, but the show's only a couple weeks away, so I don't know if I'll get to add that to the schedule. But I'm also finding another local 2-day show in Clinton Township, and I'm kind of like, you know what? Might as well try because it's not that I don't have enough shows for September. It's just that I want to start reaching out into other shows with different audiences and start trying to expand. So, longer shows and double day shows and different audiences would help do that, other than someone doing the same shows on a monthly basis, which kind of some have small audiences and stuff. So we'll see where that goes. Obviously, I'll keep you updated if we got any schedule changes. Usually the best thing to do is keep track of our Linktree account, which is in the description for all the streams and pretty much every video posted until going back to before I had the account. So that's a way to keep track of things. So I can't really think of much on the pop culture side. Pretty dry, and if anything, I'm kind of relieved that there's not too much on the horizon, because there's already a lot going on with what we have here. And actually, just to recap, we've done a lot this week. So we actually wrapped the story on Bright Memory after 2 episodes on Sunday. I'll do another playthrough of that just to get a little more flavor and another run. But we're also probably getting close to wrapping Shadow Tactics, and that's on a season 2. And on top of that, we just had the new DLC drop for Mech Warrior 5, and so I don't necessarily feel committed to get going guns blazing on that, but at the same time, I am looking forward to seeing the new content, so that might get worked in. Hard to say. Also, I'm still liking the direction of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, although I have to gear myself up for that because the boss fights certainly take a little bit more time. And then we're getting close to wrapping Tomb Raider here. We've got a few more episodes to go. And I actually didn't take into account the DLC that we didn't do from 2, or the DLC from 3. Well, not DLC, but expansions. Because by October, hopefully, should see the following collection of Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6. And if anything is as painful here as Tomb Raider 3, in terms of the boss stuff, not looking forward to the downward decline of quality of 4 through 6, but if rumor holds true about Crystal Dynamics coming out with a Anniversary Legend and Underworld collection, that's a given. I would pre-order a physical copy of that in a heartbeat if it happens. So we got plenty to work on. A couple things on the horizon would be pretty much on the fence about Ninja Gaiden 4. Kind of want to wait and see what happens with that. Haven't pulled the trigger on Gears of War Reloaded yet, just because it's like I was pretty committed to that franchise on 360, and if anything, I'd kind of want to go back and do that. But we also got the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which means, if anything, I still need to work on Scrapyard, which hasn't happened anytime recently, or don't anticipate, so who knows what's going to happen with that. So yeah, if anything, it's going to be kind to the wallet to not have to order or concentrate on anything. Can enjoy the stuff that's already in the library or what's in rotation. But yeah, that's all I got. So let's get back on some Tomb Raider here, make some progress. So we're on episode 34, which I called Normal Please. Why? Because, man, we've had a couple strings of oddities over the last couple episodes. The episode prior to the last one, I discovered how crappy their boss design was for Tomb Raider 3. A one-shot boss kill, even when you have health packs, is absolutely stupid. And I'll emphasize stupid with capital letters. So it is the first time in Tomb Raider 3, I think, where I kind of, in essentially soft rage quit and set it aside. Had to go look up on YouTube what the tactic was, learn the tactic, and then when I went to go apply that in our previous episode, we had a whole host of other issues. So I essentially got the tactic down, nailed the boss in the first try, and then stupid me walked off a cliff and kind of negated that whole process. So then that led into many tries of trying to replicate it, because it only seemed to work with the directional pad and not the thumbstick. So there was a lot of frustration. On top of that, we had technical issues and disconnects. So I'm hoping that does not repeat itself. And on top of that, one other thing. So even though I got the boss finish and started the next level, with the first London level, I accidentally found a way to shortcut the entire level. So that level only took 20 minutes because I kind of got lost, but I was experimenting and exploring and found myself finishing the level much shorter and skipped all the necessary problem solving. So season 2, I will endeavor not to do that, but I'm going to carry on with the next London section because I'm ready to set this game down just because of the stupidity of the bosses and other things. So we still have, I'm guessing, 2 more levels for London, maybe 2 to 3 for Antarctica, depending on how many are there. So that's another, so 5 including tonight. But that there's also the add-on for Tomb Raider 2 and the add-on for Tomb Raider 3. So technically, this could still go on for a little bit while longer, but I don't know because I'm not one to necessarily look ahead. I'm trying to do all this as blind playthrough stuff still, unless that's absolutely necessary, like in the case of stupid Temple of Puna, Starfish Head, Chowder Head, Reptile Bait, Puna, boss. Not bitter at all. So, the Thames Wharf, yeah, completely shortcut that. You can almost even tell by the save count. So yeah, going from 268 to 278, 10 whole saves, that's not normal at all. Usually got about 50 saves a level, it feels like. So we end up facing off via cutscene. Some guy, she beats him, and, well, he kind of defeats himself because he backs himself into the bell, gets knocked by the bell, and then she carries on, and then carry along in the merry way. So I don't see much else to do, but yeah, we would have dropped into the water safely, probably with a scream. Okay, doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on down there. Yeah, we faced off, there's some security bosses and stuff, and a couple birds, but didn't run into much else, so I don't know if there would have been a partial level cutscene to give us context as to the dude she ran into, who apparently has been hired as a merc. And apparently it's a family generation occupancy, or occupation. Like, it's like, yeah, my father did, so did his father. We run through a tunnel system here. See, this looks completely unusual here, so she can walk through that. And there's a climbing fence in there. Am I supposed to shoot that, or is that button-driven? I think it has to be button-driven. Never mind. Oh, goody. The save object that we no longer need. Okay. So thank you for giving us a terrible camera. And another climb. I don't know if we have any kind of security deal like we had before. Like if we don't want to wake them up or something. Because I hear footsteps, but I don't see the source of the footsteps. And I did not check the other path either, so I don't even know if we're bypassing anything important here. Oh, look who it is. To scream bacon at him, because apparently doing that in London will get you arrested these days. Ridiculous. Oh, there's a gap. Where does that take us? Well, yeah, you can't see that very well. Alright, so before I screw things up like I always do. They're running now. Where are they? Wow, he had a bat with nails in it and lit it on fire. Overkill much? Okay, so there is a med pack, a door. Might this have been the way up? No idea. Let's be a little bit more thorough this time around. Wow. Okay, I've got multiple paths there. How about this? There's a door. Oh, seriously, we had a disconnect tonight. Why are we disconnecting? See, that's what I don't want to have happen, and that did so within 15 minutes of our start time. So why would Tomb Raider, of all things, be the problem? It's Thursday, a high traffic night for interwebs. See, this might be where... Oh, the music changed. Okay, there we go. Alright, just want to make sure I didn't miss anything on the way up here. So that's a door that's not open yet. Alright, so we dropped on top of that. Well, it's over here. Nothing. Alright, so we got another... So we got two doors that are not seemingly accessible just yet. No sign of switches. Nothing other than the area above. Which, I guess you could have gone the other way then to go up through there. No sign of switches on the ticket boxes. Okay, let's start this way. So apparently in London we fight thugs. And is that a cave-in? It's kind of like a cave-in. This is kind of some doomsday scenario, and by doomsday I mean the movie where it's like zombified Mad Max London. Not sketchy at all. No, no. Dummy. See, that's, I even just tried doing a backflip right there, and that should have been effective, but she jumped and twisted because I did so with a thumbstick and not the D-pad. Okay, so I don't see... Oh, there's a... That sounded a little bit more like glass than metal. I'm just saying. Oh, rats. Anything that moves? Dare I say I probably don't go on... Want to go down the subway track? Is this a door or what? I can't tell what that is. Bonk! Couldn't have expected that. But it's context sensitive subway. See, it's only going through town when you're going that way. I'm gonna see if I can outrun it. That is a no. Now, this is going to be terrible if I go the other way and if one comes from the opposite direction. So let's go see if there's one down here. Okay, that's a little different. Really? Oh, that... I called it, didn't I? Who... You don't put subways or trains on the same track in the opposite direction. At least not for the commuter scenarios. Come on. So interesting that he ran out the door And then the door closes behind, so I had no way to get out of there. So, okay, we're done screwing with that. Let's, well, at least for now. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, a secret. We'll take that. Yeah, except it's not much beyond shotgun shells. Wow. Such secret. Much wow. Get some good old Doge lines in there. Now, here we go. Line myself up again. No. Here we go. Oh, seriously. Alright, how about we do... Well, I guess that's one way to get lined up. Okay, so now that we got the secret taken care of, I guess maybe we'll go this way next. I mean, that could be a secret if you go... You know what? Let's check the... You know, I'll savor it before going down there. We'll be curious to see if we can go in the door that he walked out of. I don't remember him getting run over. Alright, let's try this real quick. Nope. Go. Denied. It's great how the train just stops and launches you like a catapult. Total physics. Alright. So, don't know why he would run out and run into the train unless he's the one starting it up, but seems unlikely. Jeez. Friggin' jump scares. We dealing with like a zombie German Shepherd here? Kind of looks like it's got a ribcage problem, so it's either highly malnourished or zombie-esque mutant. Another door. Mm-hmm. Totally want to go crawling around in here. Here's a passable toggle door. Toggle door. Some kind of Harry Potter name. Toggle door. Ah, except no on Earth. Running into issues. Oh. That's not expected. Okay. Alright, I see what we're doing here. Okay. Alright, now we jump up. Oh, look, rats. Dead rat. Okay, so is she gonna grab, or is this gonna be a problem? That doesn't sound good. Is that fire? I don't have a ticket. Are you gonna make me go all the way back? Seriously? Where's I supposed to get a ticket from? There's a good time. Alright, let's waste a flare to make sure I'm not seeing anything in this dark corner over here. Does not look like it. Alright, that does not look like anything I can access at the moment. No, dummy. Get out. Alright, so we're going to spend time trying to figure out how to get a ticket. Usually the best place to look is totally on the underside of a moving train. Just saying. Then also it could be spouting utter nonsense. Totally didn't see anything of relevance in here. Oh, you know what? We didn't go down the other path yet. That's... Okay, that was only path 1 of 2. I'll try the ticket stations here, but they didn't look like they're interactive. Authority to travel. I have authority. I got guns. Okay, so I went down the left. Let's go down this side. Just noticing, Lara even blinks in a, you know, remastered form of an ancient model, unlike some of this Unreal Engine 5 stuff. Okay, this one's not looking so quality like the other one. Ah, we're on the other side of the track, though. That would make a little bit more sense. So, I'm gonna go with... I may or may not want to end up on the track, but we may have to flip over to the other side. Let us not speak of Madubu Gorge. I can't jump that way? I guess I can't jump that way. There's... Oh, yeah, and there is enough ceiling there, though, so let's try this. Here comes the train. Choo-choo. Just because it's fun. Alright, let's try this one more time. Oh, can she... What? She can't grab that? Okay, hold on. Are we, like, in the middle between 2 different tracks here? Because, you know, go get a train that way. Looks like we're definitely getting a train this way. In low definition, no less. Alright, why are we here? Let me try jumping over to here. There we go. That was a little... No, no, no. So once you're... Hold on. Really? Would they really throw you into an area in which you can't get out of? So in other words, you're screwed if you end up down here? Like, I don't see a way to avoid the train. Can't go under it. Okay, so anyway, you know, at least reach the ledge, but it's still too steep. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright, where's the next thug? Wait, what? Why is that up there? Got a monkey bar section. Are you telling me I would have had to jump across and try to reach that? That doesn't make any sense. Hurry. Oh, and a dog. No on my shins. Alright, dog didn't drop anything. Do you have a ticket to the party? Apparently he didn't. Oh, that's... You know, we got disconnect again. Why? Alright. Next disconnect. End of episode. I mean, it's not telling me that YouTube and Twitch went down, but... I don't know if OBS is not... Well, can't say it's the London levels. I was going to say, if there's something like visually that it's not liking, but... It seems a bit of a fluke for it to just be the Tomb Raider stuff. Are we a different end of the station now? Hmm. There's been a lot of doors that we can't go through. That's not usually very common. Oh. So we got a keyhole. Got a door. Now the question is, do they have you conditioned to be like, well, since you've been run over down the track so many times before, clearly this time it will happen too, but really it's the path you're supposed to go down. I'm gonna beat it. So, okay, riddle me this, Batman. Why are there trains running in a station that's been completely run down? Hmm? Because it sure seems like if their section inside is not going to be bearing too many passengers these days. What is this? That is unusual. I mean, it's a sign. This is a sign. Yep, every track leads to getting run over. My other logical guess is that there's something with the internet service provider on Thursdays, some kind of excess traffic that I can't handle it. Because I haven't adjusted anything with the bit rate and stuff like that. Okay, so now we're above this, and yet another closed door. And a train happens to go through while we're up here. Okay. Great, so I've found like 4 doors now, one of which requires a key, a ticket thing, no tickets. Okay, so what I haven't done... Oh. This is the area that it said you can't go down. Okay, and then it can't reach this. That's out of the question. And it doesn't continue all the way over there. Yeah, let's just fly up there. So let's see what's up this direction. Well, there's stuff... Oh, look at all this. How do we get in here? This ain't cheating. We got stairs and stuff in here. Whoa, this is deep. No idea how we get in there. So clearly there's stuff around, but it seems like that's where we'd go in and then drop down into here. Okay, go up that ramp, there's nothing. And now it's almost like I'm stuck on this side. How do I... I don't see a way back over there. Oh, maybe this way? Yeah, this has got to be it. Too soon. Well, it can't trap you over here without the key you need. That's nothing useful, seemingly. Nope. Apparently there's an edge I can jump from. Gonna have to jump. There we go. Okay. Alright, so where are the freaking tickets? He's watching you, and join a car-sharing club today. Okay. I'll get right on that. Alright, oh. See through the walls there. It's like, am I overlooking anything else in here? What is that? I am seeing shotgun shells through the floor. And those are up in the area I walked through, so let me go back up there and pick those up. Oh, Okay, so maybe that's a different section. Okay. And you go up there then next. Yeah, I missed these shells while I was busy looking for the other guy, I guess. Anything over here? Oh, I didn't go over here. Oh, that's all it is. That's just... Ah, there we go. Okay. Found something. Finally. Hopefully it's not a climbing wall. Okay, so now if I do that, let's go over here. What did that open up? Hopefully a switch or ticket. What? Okay, let's go down here. Maybe it is a climbing wall. Yep, it is. Oh, that's a new trick. Yeah, climb on the movable blocks. I hear footsteps. Should be a ladder on one of these sides. Oh, goody. Harpoons. They give me so many harpoons for, like, useless reasons. Alright. No, that's the key, actually. Never mind. Okay, we have finally found one door to unlock. Now we need that to go down the area we just were, I think, if that's the door for that. Open sesame. Okay, that opened both doors. Okay, so I guess that takes care of two, thinking there's one way in there plus that one. Okay. Now this area seems complete. Now save before jumping across again. Oh, the light's out up there. We should do them a favor and find a new bulb. Gonna have to jump again. And dead. Or not dead, but... This is the Mortal Kombat Annihilation quote, death is the only way out. No, did I... Oh, no. I just overwrote it. I'm so stupid. At least I haven't been doing the whole load screw up quite as much as I used to, but stuff like that doesn't help. Yeah, now I gotta go do that all over again. Get your steps in today, Lara. Alright, so pull this. Yeah, I can't see. I wonder if there's stuff in the other direction, but you can't pull it any further, and there wouldn't be any other way, because until... Let's see if there is something on the other side of it. And it won't let me go through there. Okay. I was wondering where we're hearing the footsteps from. Yep, you can't get to it from there. Or there. Oh, in the red again. What is going on here? I was going to say disconnected here. bitrate is absolutely in the toilet. I don't know what's causing it. Oh, you know what? I gotta see if there's anything else running or something, because something's not adding up. For all I know, something like Steam or something. For all I know, something like Steam or something trying to update itself in the background, you know? Let me make sure that... Nope, no downloads going on here. Yeah, I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to have to cancel this because with the frame rate bouncing around so much, there's like literally nothing. This is only going to go out again, and it's not stabilizing, so I'd have to stop it and figure out what's going on anyway. Well, not much progress this week. What I'll try to do... Maybe do some Ninja Gaiden tomorrow and see if I can't get this figured out by next week. So... Alright, thanks for putting up with this. If there's something to salvage, I'll post it. If not, I'm going to start this level from scratch. So we'll see what kind of conditions in. But that's it for now. Have a good one. We'll see you later.